Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Um, Once again, we're back with another Rage Hard Legends video, and today we have something a bit different. Instead of live arena or summoning events, we have news to cover. So they did release their update highlights. We're gonna go through it. So there's some siege work that they're bringing in, new building levels, which is really for like the higher tier siege. Doesn't really affect lower tier factions or clans rather. So this is more for clans that are quite high and set up with like good players, etc. Traps are going to be really interesting. I want to see how these traps work. Yeah, I think they're going to add a very different dynamic to battle. It's not going to be as easy to beat these siege teams anymore, so that's going to be really interesting. New tiers, as they spoke about quite a while ago, that's really again for top level clans, not really going to affect us much. But I mean, you get some really good rewards for these new tiers from what we saw. Um, let's see, you get unique avatar frames, crafting materials to create powerful clan group relics. Alright, so it seems pretty it's pretty good, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna be anything too insane. From what I remember, they will be getting like some nice shards for like finishing high enough. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Um, the Limanisi chase is gonna start soon, with the second phase of the Chaos Awakens event, Chaos Awakes. So yeah, looking forward to that. Looking forward to Limanisi. Hopefully, she'll be a champ that's very usable for the majority of us. I'm hoping for a usable legendary for things like how can I say this? So maybe like an all-round usable legendary. You know, she can maybe not be useful for PvP, but like something like a soul who can be used in almost all dungeons. I don't know. We'll see. It's an attack base. She's an attack base champ, so we'll see how that goes. Rebalancing Chimera. I think this is going to be really cool. Ram form is going to be easier to deal with. The reflect damage is dropping. Love that. Love that. Some people don't have a reliable fear or true fear champ, and the reflect damage for the ram form pretty much just kills them off. So that's really cool. Um, it's also gonna like there's a whole lot of changes coming to it. If the debuff triggers, the turn meter is increased by 25 instead of 50. Great. Dual bar is now 0.5% instead of 1%. Also good. Accuracy will be increased, so you're gonna need to build a bit more resistance in your champs. Not a major deal breaker, but interesting. Lion form will be stronger. Base attack will be increased. Okay. Shred Reality, one of its attacks is gonna be a guaranteed AoE. Interesting. Atomizing Roar will fully ignore defense. Interesting. That's gonna smack like a truck. They're gonna adjust trials to make it easier. All right, pretty nice. These QOL changes I looked over look really good. So champions in vaults will be available to use as food in the tavern. Love that. No need to go and like select vault blah blah. It just becomes a whole lot of work. And then we have commission for faction guardians, which I think is really nice. It kind of removes them from if this is my understanding from reading it. So you're commissioning champions assigned to a faction guardian chamber permanently grants it the chamber's bonus, removes the champions from storage and locks the chamber. So once you add it in and you commission them, you won't be able to get that champ back. It's pretty much sealed, done, gone. No need to store them in your vault or your reserve vault or anything. They're just gone. Like locked in as a faction guardian. Cool, done. Your vaults are just for chickens. Great. I love that option. Um, let's see. Refresh advanced quests once a day. Pretty good, pretty useful. Some of these advanced quests I absolutely hate. It'll tell me to beat the Curse City stage, and Bro, sometimes I just don't have the chance to be able to do that. Clan quest of survive 150 turns in Hydra and Brutal is now 100. Okay. Um, Chest rewards tab will be updated for clan boss battles and clearly indicate if the damage you've dealt is sufficient to claim one of the reward chests. Hmm, interesting. Rank up items, so chickens and feast are now stacked. Love that. Previously, you go upgrade rank. Um, let's just select this guy. And you just have chickens like overflowing. I can imagine people with like 500 chickens and stuff. It must look like a mess in there. So yeah, that would be great. Increase the size of silver and gold tiers in Tag Arena. Okay, okay, that looks good. Some champs receive AI behavior tweaks. I'm really interested to see what champs are receiving behavior tweaks. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. All right. The rebalance, it's kind of old news now, but the new champion. So there's three, four. Yeah. All right, let's go over the first one. Titus Black Plume. Going to be a fusion, a void champ, defense base from Bannerlords. Seems really good, right? Void champions are always really good to get your hands on. I personally would love to get my hands on one, so I'm probably going to push quite a bit for this fusion. Try and get this one done. All right, let's go over the kit. A1, single target hit. Uh, has a 40% chance, books up to 60. That's okay. Chance to place block active skills for 2 turns. Cannot be resisted if this champ is under shield. That's pretty good actually. 60% chance to place, which is good. Chance cannot be resisted under if he's under shield. Also great. Yeah, I think that could be really useful. Whenever an ally counter attacks, teams up with the ally's attack or instantly activates a skill, has a chance to place block active skills for 2 turns. 60% chance against fully upgraded. On the enemy, if they're multi-champs, so the skill, only one will activate. When pair him with someone like Wixwell, who just places counter attack, and pair him with what's Farrakhan, who does team counter, not the team attack. Sorry, that could be good. That could be good. A2, single target. Attack is always crit if he's under a shield. That means you wouldn't necessarily need crit rate. Interesting. If attack also gains a damage boost equal to the value of the shield. Could be a very hard hitting one. Second part removes all debuffs from all allies if the target is killed. If the target survives, places provoke on all enemies for 1 turn instead. Cannot be resisted if this champ is under shield. This is a 5 turn cooldown, bookable down to 3. Not bad. So yeah, if you pretty much, for this to work, you don't need any accuracy. No, you do. No, you don't actually. You just need him to be under a shield because it just places it and it cannot be resisted. So yeah, just make sure he's shielded like constantly. And the student of war is gonna smack hard. And if it doesn't kill, everybody's just gonna provoke towards him. Could be interesting for PvP. All right. Androx Confidant A3 places ally protection, increase attack, increase speed on a single ally for 2 turns. Also fills the turn meter by 40%. Instantly activates this skill at the end of an ally's turn if that ally has no buffs and their HP is lower than 100%. 5 turn cooldown bookable to 3. That could be interesting. That could be really interesting. If I take damage, so if let's say I start a fight or battle And they have someone like Nell, who poisons me for buffing up, right? I buff up, I go to my attacker who gets a turn. Um, I get my HP decreased by the poisons. I send off my attack. Oh, this skill will instantly be activated on that nuker. But then I have buffs. I'd have to have no buffs. Interesting. I don't know. We'll see. It could be a really interesting one. Okay, each time an enemy hits an ally, that ally's next attack will deal 10% more damage for each hit they take. Stacks up to 100%. Damage increase resets after that ally deals damage. Pair him with a... Okay, I got a team. Wixwell, Mithrala, UDK, and this guy. Throw in maybe an Androck just for the heck of it. And this guy is smacking like nobody's business. You've got shields, you've got heals, you've got resistance increases, your counter attacks. Yeah, as a go second type team champ, this guy would be really good. Which I actually, this could be good for me because I want to get a go second team going, and I do have Minthrala ready to pull. So yeah, that would be really good. Amok the first satrap. Mm, magic, legendary, lizard men, love that. I feel like lizard men needs a bit of love. I mean, let's go ahead and look here. Lizard men definitely needs a bit of love. Yeah, don't really have much in the way of lizard men at the moment. But let's see what he can do. Where is he? There we go. Alright, A1, single target hit. 100% chance of stealing one random buff. 50% chance of placing leech. Okay, that's good. Just steal the buff with the A1. Cool. Love that. Um, the leech goes up to 70% chance, which is really nice. And you get some damage increase. Alright, this is a support champ. So, this is probably based on attack, I'm assuming. That's not bad at all. A2, single target hit again. 75% bookable up to 100% chance of placing. Decrease resistance. Pain link. And decrease speed. Ooh. That's all 2 turns. They are protected against bosses. Wow. Heals all allies by 5% of his max HP for each debuff placed. So that's a 15% increase because it's 100% chance of placing. And if you place them all, I mean, some bosses are resistant to decrease speed. So chances are you'll only place two. But I mean, you get either 10 or 15% heal on everyone, which is really good. It's a 3-turn cooldown. So it's a heal debuff. Not bad. Kind of liking this. And Pain Link is interesting. Alright, A3 places block buffs on all allies. Oh, already great. Heal all allies by 15% of his max HP. Okay, you're going to want to build him really tanky. Heals each ally by additional 3% for each debuff on them. Okay, removes any debuffs from allies negatively affecting stats and replaces them with their mirrored buff equivalent. So decrease attack, increase attack, block buffs, heal reduction and weaken. Oh, okay. Ooh, this is interesting. That's a 4-turn cooldown, fully booked. Okay, that could be a really strong skill. Could be a really, really strong skill. I really hope somebody on the test server releases some content with this guy. I'm really keen to see how good he is. I feel like he could be really fun. His passive increases max HP by 10% whenever this champion heals themselves using a skill. So he can get an extra 50% max HP. I mean, build him at 100k HP, gets an extra 50 at 150k after what he heals on A2 and A3. So I mean, that's already a 20% increase just by using 1, 2. Because that's a 3-turn, re-up, re-up. Yeah, after about a couple of turns, you could have this up and running another great tank champ. Ally HP in all battles by 28%. This was Void Ally HP in all battles by 40. Good if you have a lot of voids. Anyway, yeah, this guy looks really interesting. A mock. Yeah, I would really actually love to get this guy as a support champ. He looks amazing. Yeah. Then we go on to this guy who kind of looks like a mix between Kratos and the Avatar. Osgrin the Defiler from the Dwarven faction. All right, they've been pushing the dwarves a little bit, you know. Um, where's the dwarves? Yeah, because we got Uzal of the Jade, we got Tholin recently. Um, yeah, I think those are the two. I think there was one more. Oh yes, I think it was the mythical, but he was quite a couple of months ago. But anyway, they've been boosting the dwarven faction, which is really nice. See what this guy does. Obsidian Blade A1. Single target hit. Oh, he's also a support champ, by the way. Magic. Are they all magic? Magic. Ah, void. Okay, so two magic and a void. Alright, let's see. 50% chance of increasing the cooldown of a random active skill on the target by 2 turns. Bookable up to 75%. Fills turn meter of all allies by 10%. On his A1, it's interesting. Build him really fast. It's just turn meter boosting. Okay. A2, Magics of Erith. 75% chance, bookable up to 100. Removing all buffs from all enemies. Nice, love that. Decrease turn meter of all enemies whose turn meter is equal to or lower than 50% by 20. If it's more than 50% full, decrease it to 50%. That is strong. That is really strong. 75% chance of placing stun for one turn on enemies whose turn meter was reduced to 50. That is powerful, man. It's a 100% chance, right? And it's a 3-turn cooldown. Man, this is a powerful A2. Wow. So, buff removal, turn meter decrease, stun. Yeah. You get him to go first, and he gets that stone skin off first. Best believe you are in trouble. Because, I mean, chances are you'll be just above 50% on your turn meter if you guys are close in speed. And he drops you down to 50. He stuns you. You're missing that like whole first turn, right? He's knocking you, he's coming back around. Yeah, that's gonna be busted to deal with in PvP. Yeah, A3 to death unsurrendered. Teams up with all allies to attack a single enemy. I love these ally attack jumps. I really need one. Allies joining will use default skills before attacking. Places increase attack. Love that. And shatter. Okay, let's remind ourselves because we don't know exactly what shatter does right now. It's gonna go here quickly. Boom, 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 boom. It's a new one. Stone Skin Vengeance, Serpent, blah blah, Bone Armor, Taunt, Eclipse, Intercept, Fervor, Magnum Shield, Stormcore, Continue Field. There we go. Shatter. Increase Ignore defense by 7.5 or 15. Which one does he get? The 7.5, I think. Yeah, 7.5%. That's still pretty good on all allies for 2 turns. That's still pretty good. Bookable down to a 4-turn cooldown as well. This ally attack could be really strong. Decreases the cooldowns of all allies' active skills, except this champion's by 1 turn if the target is killed. Chances are, if you got a really, really good strategy, this is gonna come in clutch for a lot of things. Yeah, that seems like a very good skill. Seems like a very good PvP champ. Check out his passive. Dark Whisperings. Passive effect. Allies deal 20% increased damage against enemies under stun. Look, I'm already seeing a playbook for this guy. But let's continue. Active effect. Whenever an ally is killed, instantly activates the magics of Irith's skill. Will not put the skill on cooldown. Oh man, and that's 4-turn cooldown. Oh man, Mm, okay. So, this is so interesting. His kit is really good. I mean, there's no revive, unfortunately, but he's here to help your attackers just nuke them down. Make sure you go first as well. That's what he's here for. He's not here to save you. He's here to make sure you kill. Yeah, that's really good. Speed in all battles by 28%. That's also crazy. Ah, you know, I think out of all the champs, right now he'd be my most useful champ to pull if I ever did get a chance to pull him. Yeah, his kit just screams arena. And with the stuns paired with Modo, he could do some insane work for me. Because I mean, Modo places stuns, and if you play stuns, so you get this extra 20% damage. Yeah, I'm really interested to see that guy. Alright, Gom, Yellow, and Epic Void support from the Skinwalkers. Again, love the Skinwalkers buffing. How's our Skinwalker faction doing here with epics? Okay, not bad. I will say some of them are good, some of them not so good. Akimtom's good, Yuzan's good, Bash is good. Balf is kind of good here and there, not really amazing. Um, Scabrius can be useful. The Hippo can be useful. Steel Skull and Fane. Yes, it's pretty some useful champs. Let's see if this guy keeps up. Alright, A1, Bone Club Bash. Attacks one enemy two times. Lovely. First hit places chance to place a leech, 30%, bookable up to a 50% chance. Second hit has another 30% chance, bookable up to 50, of placing heal reduction. Alright, that's pretty good. Leech and heal reduction. Alright. Pretty useful. A2, Unspoken Bonds. Places increased speed on all allies for 2 turns. Also places in continuous heal for 1 turn. 5 turn, bookable down to 3 turn. Not bad. Speed and heals, pretty useful. A3, Yellow Hand Clobber. AoE, turn meter decrease by 15%. Useful. 50% chance of placing stun for 1 turn. Bookable from 4 turns down to 3 turns. Goes up to 75% chance to place that stun. Alright, pretty useful. Passive Pastoral Protector. Whenever an ally is attacked, fills this champion's turn meter by 5%. That could be really good. Once per attacked ally. So does that mean if all 4 of my allies get attacked, or all 3 rather, I get a 15% boost? That would be pretty useful. Increases allies' attack in all battles by 25%. Alright. I had a look at them. Titus, obviously the fusion, really good, really nice one. Um, I think I would recommend for you to go for him. I think it'd be pretty useful to most accounts. I mean, you just need to have someone to play shields, and if you do enough Hydra, you get Ancora, you get a free shielder who can build super tanky to pair up with Titus, and you can have a great tanky team. Amok, the first satrap, pretty useful for arena again. Brings tons of control and heals, debuffs, strength. Like he debuffs the enemies, he buffs you. Really great healer as well. I think he could be exceptionally useful in a lot of areas. Osgrin, I'm getting purely arena vibes from him, but at the same time, I'm also getting like certain niche dungeon work vibes from him. So yeah, he could be really good. The stuns, something like Spider, you could stun the spiderlings, and then place the HP burns, etc. So yeah, some really good uses for these new champs. So yeah, I'm really excited to see them implemented. Excited to see what they can do. Um, yeah, let me know what you guys think about them in the comments. Let me know if you're excited for these champs, if you're excited for the fusion, does it kind of get you thinking about possible team comps, etc.? I don't know. But yeah, for me, I've already thought of some teams. I've already thought of, how these champs would impact my account if I had gotten them or if I do get them. So yeah, a lot to consider. Yeah, but for now, that's been it from me, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful one. Um, take it easy. Cheers.